We've talked about Greg Olson, the tight end for, I think, the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, actually, I have a great podcast.
Luke Kuechly and James Stewart. Those are his two assistant coaches. They're not failing. So I don't know what they're going to teach those middle school kids. What do you think creates more failure than anything?
Lack of discipline.
You know, I hear this thing from successful people. You've got to fail in order to succeed.
I guess I never really viewed it as like stacking these little failures to build success for later on. I think we're kind of programmed to think that a failure is a big thing. You know what it is? It's the Wally Pipp situation where he lost his position to Lou Gehrig and then went on to Lou Gehrig played for the most consecutive games up until Cal Ripken broke his consecutive games baseball streak because they shut the power off at Camden Yards one time. Now you got to win the next pitch. I think as a hitter, you swung and missed. The next pitch. So we use that phrase a lot. I use that a lot with him. Win the next pitch, like win the next play. And I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. We don't do enough hard stuff on a daily basis. You're a resolution guy?
Yeah, I mean,
how's that working out for you?
It never works.
Why you do it?
I don't think it ever works. Because successful people do stuff like that. Welcome to the New Debt Order Podcast, brought to you by Burns Estate Planning and Wealth Advisors. If you're in need of financial advice and or retirement planning with 12 locations from here in Hammond, Louisiana, over to Florida, they're the ones to go to. If you need their contact information, check out the description below. My name is Ray. We got Parfait over there.
How's it going, everybody? Ray, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for asking, man.
Good to hear. Always doing well.
Hey, let's jump into something called failure.
Okay, that's usually not something that you want to jump into, but it is a part of everyday life, I guess. So,
I hear this thing from successful people. You've got to fail in order to succeed. Sometimes I sit there and go, well, how? What do you mean?
Yeah, like you're not trying to fail, right? But it's not having the fear of failure is what so many successful people talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Real quick before we get started, guys, Thursday. Thursday is the thing that I have relied on over the last 8 months to get me back into recovery and get a good night's sleep. It doesn't have melatonin. It has everything your body needs to get back to recovery, to get a good workout in. Use the promo code NDOZZZ to get a discounted checkout.
Yeah, I don't know how you live that. I think that's something that becomes, you only know you had it because you had to try something different, right? It's kind of like no one ever thought they had a bad business idea. Someone opens up a restaurant and it fails. They didn't think that it was going to fail whenever they opened it. So I mean, no one ever thinks they have a bad idea when they start a business, but obviously we see a lot of businesses fail.
Well, I mean, talk about businesses. You were manager, probably somewhat owner.
Yeah. So yeah, dealt with all the stuff. Yeah.
Right.
All the good stuff, all the bad stuff.
So did you have to fail or did you fail in any of that?
Not from the business side of it, no. But I guess every day is met with small little failures and successes. So yeah, no. I guess I didn't. There's definitely struggles that go through it to find the right track to make life easier, while you're doing it. But I guess I never really viewed it as like stacking these little failures to build success for later on. I think we're kind of programmed to think that a failure is a big thing, and not as, people always say like, well, you stack the small wins and they become bigger. And I guess if you stack the small failures, then yes, it could be a large failure or it leads you to smaller victories, and you're not hitting the Powerball with the business kind of thing. You're looking to grow it at a rate within yourself, and then and then good things happen from there, type thing. Yeah, I think we're constantly consumed with big failures. I guess if you think of it from like our kids' perspective, where you get quizzes and then tests and then exams and then finals, you start stacking some C's and D's in there and some B's even, then now you're looking to kind of hit the Powerball at the end on that exam to pull everything out of it because you were stacking some small failures with the hopes that you were learning things along the way and then you can pull through the end, or you're having little successes on those tests and quizzes, and then it helps, the end goal of succeeding for the class, the year, whatever it may be. But from the overall standpoint of it, I mean, so much of our lives are consumed with sports because we enjoy them and coach them and watch our kids play them, that the people that we consume the most of are the people inside of our television sets that are the best of the best. And so you hear that, oh, well, the fame with the Michael Jordan. Oh, it's almost lame. The Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. Wasn't he in like 8th grade when he got cut?
No, I think it was
his freshman year.
Or going to his sophomore year.
Yeah. So, I mean, like a lot of people, I mean, I wouldn't, that's not a huge fair. I don't think that put the chip on his shoulder. I think he had a different kind of work ethic. But like, that's the extreme. Like, that's the guy who is considered the greatest. Like, you want to have the internal drive to overcome failure, but not necessarily throw it in the face of the people who, I mean, earned it more than you at the time. I mean, that's kind of, what it is. It's the Wally Pipp situation where he lost his position to Lou Gehrig, and then went on to, Lou Gehrig played for the most consecutive games up until Cal Ripken broke his consecutive games baseball streak because they shut the power off at Camden Yards one time.
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's the rumor.
Yeah.
So
I did not know that about Lou Gehrig and
the Wally. Yeah, well, you've never heard that he got Wally pipped. Like that's it's a common term. Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady. Drew Bledsoe lost his job to Tom Brady because of injury. Never got it back, and lost his job to arguably the best quarterback that's ever played the game. And so, so I mean, getting mad at somebody because they were in a position above you is kind of petty if they had earned it, and then of course you got your chance and you proved them wrong.
When we hear about failure, and sometimes we see it on the TV, there's no feeling behind the fail because sometimes the fail happens so often, especially basketball, baseball. Like guys losing professional baseball.
Yeah, except if you watch the World Series that just happened. And
and that's what I mean. I was getting towards the bigger games.
Yeah,
it's different.
So it's almost like stacking those small failures, and they're kind of, we play 162 games. We lost one in June. Like it doesn't.
You can't really teach anything there, though, can you?
I don't know. I don't know is not a very good answer, but I would assume that you could take something because. So like we have a phrase that we use a lot with our boys in baseball, and it's win the next pitch. Win the next pitch. Whatever it is, like the last play is over, so win the next pitch. So if you're on the mound or if you're at bat or if you're in the field, you make an error. All right, you made the error. It's over with. You got to find a way to flush it. Win the next pitch. And if you're on the mound, it's impossible to throw 100% strikes. It's impossible. But you threw a ball. All right, win the next pitch. You threw a strike. Great. You put yourself in a better situation because, maybe you're ahead in the count as a pitcher. Now you got to win the next pitch. Same thing as a hitter. You swung and missed. The next pitch. So, like, we use that phrase a lot. I use that a lot with him. Win the next pitch. Like, win the next play. Like, you can't. You're never as, so many little sports cliches that happen, but you're never as good as your last win. You're never as bad as your last loss. Mm-hmm. So there's like a thing of consistency of just kind of like winning on the next play and then stacking those small victories to lead to something good. And no different than, I guess, you can learn something from failure. And I think the biggest thing you learn from failure is that it just flat out sucks. Especially, if you're playing baseball in 162 games that Major League Baseball players play, it starts to wear on you whenever you put together a 5-game losing streak. Like you want to find some way to change that and get things back on track.
Right. I like the win the next pitch item. We had our scout defense going, and I had a linebacker. He's the backup linebacker. We're running scout for the first team offense.
Right.
I had him blitz. I blitzed him correct. I'm the O-line coach, D-line coach, but I'm just back here working with the defense because I wanted them to give us a more realistic look. I had the kid blitz. The kid if he blitzed the correct way, he would have messed the whole play up. So I bring him back. I go, we talk about when you get a chance, make it big, make it right. What did you do wrong? I was too flat, coach. I was too flat. I'm like, all right, you understood.
Yeah.
You understood what you did wrong. You didn't come outside in. You went down the line too flat. You understood. What are you going to do next time? Oh, I'm going to come out. I'm going to go outside in.
So he learned from his failure.
He did. It was awesome to see, awesome to hear from day one, the coaching that we've been putting into these kids, and he's the backup that we've been putting into these kids. He was able to give me the why.
The explanation is always
failed.
better.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's it. Because you feel like you did something good as a coach or a parent whenever they can explain to you their mistake, and then you're like, okay, like you're not just telling me what I want to hear. You have a reason of why you understand why we were trying to do it a certain way.
Yeah. I guess when it comes to sports, the failures like losing, if we lost, did we get beat? Or did we make a bunch of mistakes ourselves to get beat? And just understanding what happened. Again, some more failures that we can build on. I can talk to sports failures all day.
Yeah, it's the life ones that I think are hard to come.
It's different.
It is.
And then how do you apply? Because I know how I apply my sports failures to life now. Gives you like this will to, like, I don't want to fail. You're going to fail.
Like whenever people say, oh, do you enjoy winning more than you enjoy losing? Or do you hate losing even more than you enjoy winning? And I guess like that's the sports side of it. But in life, like, are you scared to fail because you don't know if you'll be able to recover, so you never really take any type of risk, and it's easier just to stay the course? Or are you? And I think I think every single person, just in your DNA, is to kind of stay a little close to the vest whenever you have more to lose. Meaning, like, from a family standpoint, which usually involves some type of financial aspect of it as well, where taking the big risk could just make you so much more vulnerable because people depend on you. And is it worth the risk? Like, is it worth the squeeze? And I think we all get stuck in that. I think it's okay. I mean, I think it's normal. I mean, I should take more risk with certain things. I don't. Fully aware of that. And then chalk it up to, man, I just don't have the time to put into such and such. And I'm like, do I not have the time? Or am I using that as a really weak excuse to not pursue what I want to pursue? Because what I have right now is very comfortable. The time is never going to be perfect. I'm never all of a sudden going to wake up and be like, you know what? I have shit to do for the next week. That's not going to happen. Or for the next 2 months, or it's just not going to happen. Like, it's an impossibility. So it's working in finding the hours that don't exist to do the things that I actually want to accomplish. Having some type of discipline and setting aside time to focus on whatever it may be, whether it be from career, business, family, health, parenting, whatever. If there's an area of neglect that I know I have, it's trying to redirect some energy into that and using the time that I have to focus on that, and taking away from something else that I should be doing, or not necessarily should be doing, but taking away from something else that is easy, right? So like, you're doing something that's easy and you want to spend all your time doing the thing that's easy, or you're only doing it because you know that you can get it through it. Right?
Yeah.
So like, well, how about we cut back some of the easy time and direct it towards the stuff that we don't have, perfect that skill, whatever it may be. And I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it, we don't do enough hard stuff on a daily basis. Do something hard every day. So my son at the book fair, he bought a book, diary type book. What are you going to do with that? Oh, well, all right.
Oh, like a journal.
Like a journal.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I started thinking, I'm like, how can I make him use that as something that so many successful people say they do, and so many people say journal, right? I don't do it. Probably why I'm not as successful as what some people are. Because so many people who are extremely successful say that journaling and putting your thoughts down, goals, failures, whatever it may be, helps them. A lot of people say that. I should start doing that. I should find time to do that because people that I know that are smarter than me and more successful than me say that they do this, but I'm going to make an excuse to not do it. How can I help him? He bought this little journal at his book fair. It got me thinking, and I think what I'm going to do with him, starting at the first of the year, I'm going to plant the seed in his brain and have a conversation with him, and then say, hey, look, let's start this at the first of the year. And I'll probably do it with him to an extent. I'll do mine. He can do his. We could sit down in the evening and do it. And I want him to, every single day, write down something that was hard, something that was easy, something you want to get better at, a positive thing that you did for someone. Every single day. Those things occur every single. You did something hard. Did you do something hard today? What was the hardest thing you did? Not every day is going to be the same. Could have been not getting mad at so-and-so in the lunch line because they're annoying. It was really hard for me to keep my mouth shut. Okay, whatever it may be. The test we took, extremely hard. Practice, really, whatever. And what did I do that was easy? What did I do that was good?
So a reactionary hard or do something hard?
Whatever the hard was for that day. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental. It could be anything. Mm-hmm. The hardest thing to do was stay on task and stay focused today. All right. Tomorrow, the hardest thing I did today was the workout that I did with you, Dad. That was the hardest thing I did today. Okay. Whatever took the most mental energy, which physical output can exhaust you mentally as well.
Oh, yeah.
And write those things down. And I think that's the seed that I'm going to plant in his head with his little journal that he bought. Start doing that, the first of the year, maybe even before then, but just, not even as a New Year's resolution, because I think that crap is lame. But it does give people an opportunity to refocus.
I do that lame stuff.
You're a resolution guy?
Yeah. I mean,
how's that working out for you?
Never works.
Why you do it?
I don't think it ever works because successful people do stuff like that.
No, they start today.
Well, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm just saying. So my thought was, I'm going to start the new year. Before I get to the new year, I'm going to write down my 5 to 10 things that I want to accomplish the next year. Let's see what happens. I hit 1 or 2 out of the 10.
So I bet you hit 3 in the Hall of Fame.
What's that?
3 out of 10 will get you in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bet 300, you'll go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not a resolution guy. I have good discipline for a lot of things, but it takes a while to establish a discipline for those things.
No, it does. And I think you're so right when you say you have pretty good discipline. What do you think creates more failure than anything?
Lack of discipline.
Yeah.
I genuinely do.
Okay, let's break down lack of discipline because that's pretty general. Mm-hmm. What particular thing in the lack of discipline category creates a lot of failure?
So going back to we don't do enough hard things, for me, I think that failure comes, I think we get so comfortable that we don't even put ourselves in a position to fail on a regular basis.
I try to do that, yeah.
Not saying that, hey, I'm going to seek out failure, but as corny as it is, the CrossFit that consumes so much of my life from the hours of 3:50 in the morning to 6 a.m., that time that it consumes, that most people are sleeping, I fail constantly during that. Trying to learn things, trying to get stronger, trying to whatever it may be. Lift a heavier weight, do a better pull-up, do a muscle-up, all of the things that go along with that. I fail constantly. In time, I get better at it, and I've gotten better at it.
But what do you mean that you fail constantly?
Form's not right.
Okay, there you go.
Things like that, like trying to do it the proper way, and not understanding that where I was day 1 is not where I'm going to be at day 100, not going to be at day 400, not going to be at day 600. That understanding that whole time frame right there is me stacking days and getting better at what I enjoy doing. Learning a new hobby. So many people do not learn. They don't learn new hobbies after a certain point in time. we have these things. We played poker a lot. Poker became a skill. We worked on it. We tried to learn things about it. And then we stopped playing. But did we pick up anything in the meantime to learn, to explore, to try to get better, to have some mental stimulation? Most people, when they get rid of something, they don't pick up that other little obsession. I mean, another goofy thing from the guys that I work out with in the morning, we started playing pickleball like a year and a half ago. Yeah, it's a goofy game. Well, you know what? Well, then come play. If it's so easy and it's such a joke, then come play. Oh man, I don't have time for that. I'm like, no, you don't have time for that. But for me, it's a physical activity that I want to learn how to do.
Yeah, but that sport is blowing up.
Yeah, I know, but it's
blowing up.
I mean, because it's a bunch of whatever people who used to be athletes, and then they go out there and they want to find a way to compete, to have an activity. So I mean, I say it's blowing up, but it's definitely, I think it's crested. Poker had the same boom in 2003, and then eventually it crested, and that's just kind of
no. I think it blew up even more when online came to America, and then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the introduction of every little thing was 2003. I mean, ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, with the moneymaker effect.
Yeah.
That was one little skyrocket, but then I think.
But even still, but like you're saying though, like podcasts that talk to you about a new pre-workout. It's not loaded with caffeine like a lot of the other pre-workouts, but it is based in nootropics, which actually helps brain functions, get you ready for the workout. I'm a 5 a.m.er, a lot of flavors. Hit the link in the description. It'll take you to the website. You'll get a new dad order discount. Pick your flavor. Bunch of other products as well. They have canned energy drinks. Thanks for listening. Check out Dubby, horny pickleball stuff, where we have friends that play it or whatever. It's fun. It's goofy. I enjoy it too whenever we do play. You get a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start playing. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna start playing. And then they go play. They start playing for a couple weeks, couple months, and they don't play anymore at all. It's like, oh, why? Oh,
really?
Man. Yeah. I mean, people fall.
I heard it was infectious.
But people, I mean, it is if you enjoy it and you try to find time to have a hobby, to do something. People fall out of love with it. It's something new. It's something cool, whatever. I have a bike sitting, on the wall right there. It's a road bike. First got it, enjoyed it, go ride 20, 30 miles on the bike, a couple times a month. And then I haven't put 10 miles on that bike in the last year. And it wasn't something that I was like, oh, well, time got away. And I was like, okay, well, now how can I prioritize my time because I can't hop on the bike? People do it with golf. People, it ends up becoming for me, it ends up becoming a lot more of activities like that. But it's not something easy. Playing golf is not easy. Hopping on the bike and go and ride 30 miles is not an easy task. Mm-hmm. It's something hard. I think all of those things that we don't put ourselves in a position to fail on a regular basis at something leads to us just living in a cozy little bubble and staying away from things that would cause failure.
What I was looking for sort of in that subcategory of discipline, no discipline, is procrastination. Procrastination leads to a lot of failure. I am a horrible procrastinator. Horrible.
Really?
I'm going to the gym tomorrow. As soon as work's done, got a bag in the car, I'm going to the gym. Man, it's pretty late.
You find an excuse not to go.
And that's the other thing too. The excuse guy, right? You find an excuse, right, not to go. So there's procrastination and there's excuses, and then now, I mean, sometimes, so then you look in the mirror and you're like, man, because I know when I was going consistently, and you know what I'm talking about, because you're consistently in the gym doing your thing. You've seen your development from point A to where you are now. And I would see my development from point A, and then sometimes I'd get to C, and then I would create excuses, especially this year, right? Just creating excuses. I was supposed to get to 10 pull-ups this year.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring that up. How's that going for you?
I was going to get to 10 pull-ups this year. I think I'm going to be all right. Yep. And that's the other thing, too.
So you've been working on this?
Lying to yourself.
So you've been working on it?
No. Lying to yourself.
So you're lying to yourself right now. So great. You're not going to be able to do 10 pull-ups?
I'll get 10 pull-ups.
I know. How many can you do now?
3.
You don't.
Strong ones. 3 strong ones.
3 strong ones just
and then a tough fourth one.
10 is a lot.
10 is, well, 10 is a lot for a guy that, what kills me is I can do one arm rows, pull the hundreds like crazy.
Yeah, but you weigh more than 100.
I do.
Mhm.
I do. But I've been losing it though.
Oh, yeah, but still.
But I do. It's like I see guys bigger than me pulling themselves up. Like, tell you that back is just, there's so many different muscles back there. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
All in the back. Well, right now, so talking about doing, whatever. We'll talk about gym stuff. Why not? That's our podcast. If you don't work out, you should. No one wants weak people.
100% you should.
But life longevity is a
based on how strong your legs are.
How strong your legs are has a direct correlation with how long you live. I've read that. I believe that. Figure why not? Weak legs equal weak minds. If I ask my son weak legs, he'll say equals weak minds.
That's awesome.
So, and that's
awesome that you guys have that.
You gotta work out. It's such a release. I'm doing something right now where there's a local guy in our area, Brandon Luckett is his name, and he was a CrossFit Games athlete, and he works out at CrossFit Brancos, but he has his own programming company called Imam Company. A big Imam Co guy. Imam stands for every minute on the minute. I pay for his programming on the side of the gym that I go to because whenever I work out in this place right here, I'll follow his stuff. Every quarter he does a challenge. This month or this quarter, it was 30 workouts in 30 days. Normally it was like a Saturday workout challenge thing where it was this really long, grueling workout, like in the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. Like that's how it was. With the fourth quarter, the challenge was 30 workouts in 30 days. And I would say all except one day is Sunday. Sunday is like an active recovery workout that still, depends on how hard you want to go. And it is kick your ass for 30 or 40 minutes in the workout. I'm hitting I think tomorrow morning when I wake up at 3:50, we do the workout before we do our workout. And we've been doing that every single day throughout this whole challenge. And we're on like day 24, 25 tomorrow. And like, to me, like that is part of my do something hard every day. Do something hard. It is hard. It is not easy. Waking up is not easy and doing his workout is not easy and giving it 100%, which I know I don't give it 100% every single time at the start. But by halfway through it, I'm like, if I'm going to spend my time doing this, I'm busting my butt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going hard.
Oh, that's good.
Challenge yourself. Do something hard.
That's good.
So get to the gym, Ray.
I do. My hard thing now, I wouldn't say that's a hard thing. My hard thing now is breaking open books, especially the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You ever read the Bible?
I don't.
If you read the Bible, that's a hard thing to do. I'm telling you now, reading the Bible, even if you have a great relationship with the Lord, reading the Bible is tough. Now, if you read the Old Testament, because there's a lot of ups and downs. It's just a roller coaster. And the stuff you see in there, you're just like, what's going on? But start with the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But that's one of my hard things, is actually going and reading the Bible. Because I'm an avid reader. I love to read, but like sci-fi novels and fantasy novels and stuff like that. There's like, there's action and stuff. But reading the Bible is one of my hard things.
How often do you get to do it?
I do it daily.
So you
okay. But the thing is though, I have the app read it to me though as I'm driving to work. Yeah. And then at night I open up and read the New Testament.
Yeah, there's like a really famous podcast of the Bible in a year or something like that.
Mm-hmm. There's several like that.
And I know that there's one, it's a, Catholic priest, and he goes through it and reads and breaks down. And I think it's daily that he does this.
Yeah,
and
there's
a lot of options out there to get through it, which is probably there's nothing wrong with that either, especially whenever you have someone who's, that close to the Lord, like a vessel of the gospel to you, reading and giving you some explanation
Yes.
to where it doesn't become, what did I just read?
And that's why it's hard. If you just go read the Bible and you don't have much knowledge of, yeah, it's a hard thing to do.
So get into the gym more often, right?
Yeah.
So guess what, Ray? You say you need to get into the gym more often. You belong to North Cyprus, right?
I do.
That's where I go.
Yeah.
And then the CrossFit gym is on North Cyprus as well.
Behind you.
Yeah. Guess what? You can come for a whole month, no strings attached, no nothing, do CrossFit.
When?
Starting right now, whenever the day you start becomes your month. I think they're kind of doing it through the end of the year. So your day one starts November 18th, then I think you can go to December 18th.
Do you go every day?
What do you think? I was looking to see if you were trying to find, what time I'm there at 5 a.m.
5? Man,
You want to go in the afternoons?
I'm a late guy. I stay up late. I gotta work. That's something else I gotta work on.
You stay up too late?
I do.
It's terrible for you.
It is.
You know what isn't terrible for you to help you whenever you do stay up late? Thirdsy.
Yeah.
So Thirdsy, this product right here, where we're gonna go like a little ad thing, but it was kind of relevant in the news where I take this religiously every single night for a year now, and it doesn't have melatonin in it, and we've talked about that. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't have melatonin in it, and all of a sudden, there's new studies coming out that's saying that a large amount, if you have some type of heart risk already, and you're taking melatonin on a regular basis, it could be bad for you. It's not saying melatonin is bad for you. Small doses of it is fine. But if you have some type of heart condition, melatonin is bad for you, or it can be bad for you and lead to further heart problems.
Ooh.
That stuff doesn't. And I know I got you on that a while back, and they actually got a new flavor that just came out that I'm waiting for them to send me a bag of right now, salted caramel. I don't know how that's going to go because that one's like lemonade, and I can handle that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've been 4 months now. 4 months on it.
4 months? No, it's great. Like, the sleep portion of it and the rest portion of it, where I do sleep deprive myself. And like I said, I wear the Whoop band that tracks all my data as far as sleeping and my HRV and consistency that I sleep with and the strain that I put out during the workout. It's a fitness tracker, so to speak, but it also does keep track of it. And I'll find that whenever I forget to order a bag of it, and I go for 4 or 5 days waiting for it to come in, that my sleep consistency starts to go down. I'm not sleeping as well, knowing that I'm already sleep depriving myself because I average about 5 hours of sleep, 5.5 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah.
But not making excuses. Just like you're going to do 10 pull-ups on camera.
Wait, I didn't say on camera.
Why not?
Oh, man.
We did weighted pull-ups the other day. So
weighted pull-ups?
Yeah, so
I used to be able to do weighted dips.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, I used to be able to do weighted dips.
We had weighted pull-ups. So I would say since August of 2020, what year are we in? 25, right?
Yeah.
August of 2024. I'm down like 30-ish pounds or so without really trying to lose 30 pounds. I didn't really care about the number on the scale, but somewhere around that 25, 30. And so I strapped on a 25-pound plate with the belt. Yeah, it sucked.
But also
I did like
understand
7 pull-ups.
Yeah, but also understand that, that weight wasn't in one spot versus.
No, it was just a bunch of fat all over.
Yeah.
But it's still.
That's what I tell myself.
But it wasn't in my arms.
There you go. There you go.
So I had to pull.
Or your back or,
Yeah, it was definitely in my back.
Yeah.
You a big back, Ray? Yeah. Is that that's what the kids call the fat people nowadays?
And when they adjust all the time, the adjustments, stuff you've forgotten about. You've forgotten about all that stuff.
What are you talking? I am not. No, dude.
You're not fat.
I'm
fat. You don't
less
have,
fat.
Maybe
less fat. Well, Still fat, just less fat.
I got you.
Yeah.
When it comes to failure, I just want to talk about this real quick. When it comes to failure, I coach a local rec ball team, 11 to 13-year-olds, and we've had several failures to a team that's not better than us, but they've got maybe 4 or 5 athletes that are faster than most of our kids. They beat us, but we finally beat them a couple of weeks ago. Fell. I've been watching online. I don't know if you've seen this, and we've talked about Greg Olson, the tight end for, I think, the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, actually, he has a great podcast.
You talking about the new one?
The one where he talks about youth sports.
Yes. Okay. Well, it's him as head coach, his dad is an assistant, Luke Kuechly, who retired as a linebacker, who's
Hell of a
probably one of the best linebackers, and I'm pretty sure he would have been in the Hall of Fame if he continued to play. And James Stewart. Those are his two assistant coaches. They're not failing. So I don't know what they're going to teach those middle school kids. And plus, I don't know if you've seen his middle school team. They look like they're all D1 athletes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right? So it's sort of unfair. And then, I like them. This is the one thing I sort of don't agree with. We play to win. And yes, we want them to get better, but his motto is we play to get better. So we're not here to win. We're here to get better.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Because it's not genuine. It's not genuine. Like you practice to get better, you play to win. And it's not fair to any kid who busts their butt at practice day in and day out in their own time to say that we're just out here to get better. No, man, I get the big picture of when you get to high school, it really matters because a lot of people, that's the end of their playing career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to go tell an 11-year-old, hey, man, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Oh, I know it doesn't matter in the big scheme of life. I'm not saying that to that kid because that next game we play, that's the biggest game he's played in at that moment. And what am I supposed to do? He's supposed to, yeah, I know, but it doesn't really matter. So his effort can be discounted as well. If that's the message, it's not. I mean, it's, there's no fairness to that. If you're busting there is learning, there is getting better. But when you step on there and you're playing a game, the goal is to win.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Mind you, some kids' drive to win is different than other kids, and it's up to the coaches and that kid to understand what he needs to do from a leadership standpoint to pull the teammates along and the ones that may not be as motivated as them. Good leaders find a way to do that, and motivate the ones who are just there to just have fun. You know what? His fun is winning. Give me the kid whose fun is winning because he's probably going to have a different drive for everything else in life too. You teach the just get better aspect or?
No, I want them to get better. And what I also teach is one day you might lose that little weight right there and you might be a running back in high school. You're only 13 now.
Yeah, a lot can change.
So just understand that everything that I'm teaching you and the other things that we teach you, you might need down the road. I'm teaching these kids to be for high school. And hopefully when they get to high school, they're coming back to me and I'm going to teach them how to play D1 ball. Some skill set to get ready for D1 ball. And I do that with some of the kids. I got a couple of kids from Mandeville who I didn't coach when they were kids. I played against them, but they're coming to see me. I teach for the long game. I teach not just for our season, but I teach.
And maybe that's what they're getting at, but there's no way that I'm ever going to tell a kid who steps out on the field that it's okay. We're just trying to get better. No, you're trying to win. Whenever the game starts, you're trying to win.
Yep. And we want to get better.
That's fine. That's great.
That's a subset of winning. That's a subset of winning.
Yes.
We got better and we won.
So I don't know if you've heard that it's such a great little clip of a coach and he's got the team fired up. And I don't even know what sport it is. It could just be a gym full of athletes. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's talking to them and they're getting into it. You can just tell the emotion. I'm ready to run through a brick wall just listening to the guy's little speech.
Mm-hmm.
And he says the line that we've all heard, practice makes. And like on cue, they all answer, perfect. And he just says, bullshit. Practice makes progress. I'm like, yep. Like, yep, going to store that one right there to tell any kid because it doesn't. Practice does not make perfect. But if you practice enough, you will make progress. And that's pretty good life advice right there, too.
I tell these kids, one of the rules I tell the kids when we start, I'm going to give you guys an answer. Like I give these kids, I think I've given them 4 answers to stereotypical things that happen in sports. The first one is if the coach stops talking to you or stops coaching you,
it's a bad sign.
He's giving up on you. But if the coach is getting in your butt about stuff, he sees the potential. That's a good thing. And understand that. Now, if the coach is sort of abusive and shoving you around and throwing you around, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
So we got to figure that balance out.
But no, there is something, there's a lot of truth in that. When when all hope is lost, sometimes that's the easiest way to go about life. And if the coach is not talking to you, then all hope is lost more than likely. And the easiest way is for him to just not deal with you.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if we answered the whole failure thing.
I don't know.
I know for sports, I get that, and maybe they could take that and use it in life. I don't know. I have, but just to hear these business guys talking about, oh yeah, you got to fail to win. I'm like,
yeah, well, sign me up for the exact failure that I need in order to win, because I know that they didn't start off with the expectations of failure. It was definitely something to do with a lack of fear of failure, but nonetheless, they did not set out with the goal of failure. It's recognizing that if you don't admit that you failed and you're not allowing yourself to pivot, then you're destined to fail again. And I think that is the biggest thing with those guys. Speaking of guys like Ernie and Jason that we spoke with on here. And that's the biggest thing. Yes, those guys had failures and they had a lot of wins. Their failures were just part of them realizing that, okay, I have to do it a different way, but I'm still staying on course of what I'm trying to accomplish. Agreed?
Agreed. Yeah,
We solved the world's problems today? No?
not at all.
We'll give it a shot again another time?
Absolutely.
Well, no, well, until we do solve the world's problems, we will get here and talk about Ray being able to do 10 pull-ups. He's got about a month or so to get that done. And then we'll have some guests on too coming up soon. You know, we'll have them on to help us grow as not just a man, not just a father, but parenting and faith and whatever else conversation that we'll get into down the road whenever we do have those guests on. But as always, we do appreciate you guys for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, download us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify as well. And until next time, we'll see you on
New Dead Order.